Hi everyone, today we're going to be going over HTML text basics. This is lesson 3 of our web development course at Codivate. Today we're going to be covering lists, ordered, unordered, and description lists. We're going to be going over bold and italics. We're going to be embedding links and images, and we're going to do have some more HTML structural components to add to our website. So number 1, lists. We have unordered, ordered, and description lists. For ordered lists, you use an ordered list when the number or the order of each item actually matters. For example, if you think of your morning routine, you wake up, brush teeth, and then eat breakfast. So if you switch brush teeth and eat breakfast, or if you switch wake up and eat breakfast, well, you can't really eat breakfast if you haven't even woken up, so that wouldn't really make sense. This is where you use an ordered list. And notice how there's actually numbers here. So the numbers indicate the priority or like which one comes first. So first you would wake up, then brush teeth, and then eat breakfast. To make the order list, we first use the OL tag, and inside of this tag you can use an LI tag for each one of your items. As shown here, we use an OL tag, and inside of our OL tag we create LI tags and put in each of our items' names. As shown here, it comes out as numbers here, and if you add more and more LI tags, the number will keep increasing, so it'll be the 4th item and then 5th item, etc. Unordered list, on the other hand, doesn't really matter. The order of the list items doesn't really matter. So we can use a grocery list as an example. If I had to get bread, apples, and tomatoes, if we switch to order of bread and apples, it would still make sense. It would just be in a different order. So we're still going to get bread and apples, but the orders doesn't really matter. To make our unordered list, we would use the OL tag and then less LI tags inside of each item, just like the ordered list. So it's the same exact process, except using UL instead of OL. And notice how it comes out as bullet points. That's really important. Just as it sounds, a description list contains a list of items that you're going to describe, and then a description. So if we were going to describe yourself, we would ask for your name, your last name, and your hobby. So over here, we're going to have our description term, and then we would have the actual description, or what it is, basically. So our first name would be SpongeBob, last name SquarePants, and then hobby would be fishing for jellyfish. So that's an example of a description list. Over here, we can use the DL tag to define our description list, as shown here, and then inside we would use a DT tag to indicate the description term, and the DD tag for the description. So DT would be like the term, so first name, and then the data would be SpongeBob. Notice how there's an indentation here, so that would indicate that the data is actually associated with the term. Now we're going to be focusing on adding links and images. So first, embedding links. What if you want to link to another page in your website, or maybe you want to find more information? We can use an A or anchor tag to do this. So we would have the start of our anchor tag here, and then we would use an href, which is an attribute that refers to our link. It would equal a link, which can be to your website or to another, to a page where you can get more information. And this is going to be the text that's actually displayed. And finally, the end of your tag. Next, to make an image appear on our browser, we will have to indicate where it is. So if the image is actually in the same directory or same folder as your HTML file, this would work. So you can do image src equals spongebob.jpg. So that indicates the path to the image. Then we would do alt, so alternate equals SpongeBob. So this is the alternate text. So if your image fails to load, then this will be displayed. So it's always good to have this as a just in case. So yeah. So this would work if it's at the same folder as your HTML file. What if our JPEG was in a different folder? So let's just make a folder for just our image as shown. So HTML, in our HTML folder, we're going to have our HTML file, and then in our images folder, we would have our image. Since the image isn't in the same folder as our HTML file, we have to tell our browser where to find the image. So we use So we would use the dot and then a forward slash to go outside of our HTML folder, and then the images, and then a forward slash to go into the images folder. So over here, since our HTML file is inside of the HTML folder, first we use the dot slash to go into the same level. So we're over here, and then images. So we would use the images and then a backslash to go into the images folder. And then finally, we would get our image. HTML structural elements. So these are structural elements that will help us add to our website. So header and footer. The header is pretty self-explanatory. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's the heading of our page. The footer element, on the other hand, is the area at the bottom of every single page. It's usually below the main content, and it can include some navigation for your site, copyright notices, etc. So let's add in our header and footer. First, let's wrap our header around the header tag. So you should have had this already. Let's just drop it in our header tag. Now, to create a footer at the bottom of the page, we can use the footer tag, and then inside we can use a paragraph tag and then write a copyright notice, and also say this is the footer. So, and the ampersand symbol, and then copy with the semicolon, that creates the copyright symbol. It just means that it's your original work. So for our navigation bar, so the nav element houses all of the elements used to navigate our page. For example, it can include a home link, a contact us link, and many others. So inside of our nav tag, we can use the UL and A tag to create links to our web pages, which we'll learn. So first, let's create our nav tag over here as shown. Inside of our nav tag, let's create a UL tag to include each of our list elements. So we'll have UL and then each list element as shown here. Now let's add our links. So to do this, inside of each LI tag, we're going to include our anchor tag. We're going to have an href value of nothing, which is also replaced by a pound symbol, just because we haven't really created a home.html or gallery.html. We haven't really created any other HTML files. So we're just going to use the pound symbol for now. You can create one just like this, or you can add even more. The article tag is just for that, your article. So we can wrap the My Dream Place section inside of the article tag because it's your main content. We can use a side tag for any content that is related to our main tag. So for example, we can include a sidebar to the right of our main content. So the Eiffel Tower is 1,000 feet tall. That is related to our main content. So we're going to put that in our side tag. Right now, our website should look something like this. It does look a bit boring and plain, but we haven't really added any CSS into our code yet. So we will style our web page in future lessons. So we're gonna make it look a lot nicer than this. So let's add some more content to our web page. So this is a list of problems. I would suggest you try doing these by the end of next week. And yeah, these are really helpful. So if you have any questions, make sure to contact us. And these all include adding images, links, navigation, articles. Those are all really good for practice. These are some more optional problems, and yeah, so that's the end of our video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you at the next lesson. Bye!